Next on track is the men's 10,000 metre final. 25 laps of this 400 metre track. These are the athletes who will battle for gold, silver and bronze. Felisberto de Desh, Jan Wiebel, Pu Vasanan Subramaniam of Malaysia. Surui Yong of Singapore will go as well. So to Agus Prayogo, one of the veterans of distance running and a former marathon champion here, as well as the current marathon champion after winning the marathon title in Cambodia, Kiran Tuntavat, double gold medalist already. Kwak An Nguyen, Sun Naing, Sunny Wagdos as well goes for Philippines, the 29-year-old who's usually a 1,500 meter and 5,000 meter runner. Sean Go Boon Hee, Ok Rohit, Rikki Marthin Luther Simbolon of Indonesia, the national champion. San Tek Sue, Richard Solano, Mohammed Iqbal Hassan, Mohammed Kamal Hussein, and Kwak Nuat Do of Vietnam. The men's 10,000 meter final underway. 25 laps of the track. 6¼ miles if you prefer. Whose name will be etched in history here? It is going to be a very good tactical battle, I imagine, between a handful of runners. Do not discount Agus Prayogo or Surui Yong from Indonesia and Singapore respectively. Two runners who have marathon experience and have brought that success to the track. But they won't be sitting near the front of the race in the early stages. That's almost certain. They'll bide their time and find a way into the race as and when required. We tend to see positive running from athletes in the 10,000 meter final. We do see some interesting tactics that play out. Athletes that sometimes sit and kick, although for the longer distance events, what you see is even splitting tends to be the way the runners try to master the race. That means consistently running the same time every single lap of the 25 that they will do duty around this track here at the Morodok Teko National Stadium. Relatively even pacing is what you want throughout the race. Don't read too much into the positions the athletes are in right at this moment. Sun Naing of Myanmar just leading the way, the Olympian who ran the 5 big game. Now 32, vastly experienced over this distance. He's gone sub 30 minutes, 30 seconds for Myanmar over this distance. And he'll need that if he's to challenge for a podium place. So we're still looking at nearly half an hour out on track for these athletes. The pace certainly isn't blistering. And what you will see in the closing stages, no doubt, is a sprint finish from whoever is challenging for the medal positions. It's not quite a sit and kick strategy, but it is still fairly dramatic, and there is still a great deal of speed involved. This is all relatively speaking. You'll see a pronounced upswing in speed in the closing stages. But what a race in prospect. Who is going to storm to victory? 15 men, one will rise to conquer all. At the moment it's Sun Naing of Myanmar who is leading the way. Sunny Wagdos, positioned in 4th at the moment, is looking really strong and be happy to be in the position that he is in. Tan Tik Sue of Myanmar just trying to stick with his compatriot Tan Naing, while Nguyen Quoc An of Vietnam is tucked into third. Mokrohit of Cambodia, one of two Cambodians in the race. Yan Vibol, the other, sitting at the back of that lead group. Simbolon of Indonesia now making a little move up the pack, just getting himself into a more comfortable position at third, comfortable with his pace. These athletes will just find a good rhythm and tempo for the bulk of the 25 laps that they will cover. There is no bold strategy that we're seeing from any one athlete in the 10,000 meters. Nobody bolting off into a very comfortable lead. Rikki, Marthin, Luther, Simbolon. These two look like they've got the gold and silver wrapped up. Sue Wagdos, who is being lapped now for Preogo. A massive ask to try to work his way back into contention to challenge for the gold medal. It'll be a battle for bronze, but this battle for gold is heating up very nicely. Coming around the second bend on this 400-meter track. 500 meters to go now. Who is going to make a move? So Yong looks to make a move around the outside. Simbolon sees him and decides to get going himself. Both have energy. Simbolon is slightly quicker over the last lap if he puts the hammer down. They take the bell as the half-hour mark comes up on the stadium clock, and it's Simbolon who has led the way for much of this race. He ran his own race here, who is looking to streak away. And So Yong is not going with him. Has he got something left to challenge in the closing meters? Just doesn't have the pace to go with the Indonesian down the back straight. But they are finishing very strongly, both these runners. But it is Simbolon who has the higher back-end speed and is looking to prove it here. The marathoner is getting left behind, but he's still going to medal, and he's going to win a very fine silver medal at this race, at this rate. But the gold medal is going to be claimed by Rikki, Marthin, Luther, Simbolon. The Indonesian national champion is going to run to a very fine gold medal in the men's 10,000 meter final. Simbolon is the champion, 31.08. Singapore's So Yong finishes second. Superb sportsmanship in the race, sporting spirit. These runners coming through the finish line, having all been lapped by these two. A remarkable race by Simbolon, and Sue of Myanmar finishes in bronze medal position. The first athletics medalist for Myanmar at the SEA Games of Cambodia 2023. He will look for an Indonesian flag, but he is a champion. And all we're looking at Agus Prayogo as being the Indonesian who would challenge most likely for the gold medal. It's this man who has upset all to conquer all. Felisberto Dedesh coming around the corner. The man from Timor-Leste, a former medalist in this event. Coming to the finish line, but praise for all those. Prayogo is among those who celebrates with the medalists. Very proud of his compatriot, it seems. 37-year-old Prayogo. celebrating with the younger Simbolon. So Yong, a very fine silver medal after that run. And Myanmar's Tan Tik Sue with the bronze medal in the men's 10,000 meter. There's still several athletes out on track who are making their way to the finish line. He tried to keep pace with the front runners. Here's a man who'll enjoy finishing in front of his home crowd, Rohit. But the champion is celebrating with the flag of Indonesia. Rikki, Marthin, Luther, Simbolon performed brilliantly.